Well, I think, Indigenous people know the needs of their communities. They know their young people. Part of our responsibility in this world is to take our teachings from our ancestors and those values and bring them forward to the next generation. And so I think where we can play a role is, at those critical points of transition for young people as they start to explore their world beyond maybe their communities or maybe not, we can provide that sense of belonging, that foundation, so that they know that they have that cultural and relational context, and we have that approach so that they can, again, go out with confidence.
In all our work, from education and training to meaningful livelihoods, systems change is an essential and foundational component. Now is the time to work together to transform broken systems using bold solutions found in the vision and values of Indigenous youth, communities, and nations. Indigenous-led organizations across Canada are creating new approaches that are guided by the voices of Indigenous youth and grounded in Indigenous expertise and local knowledges to transform education and employment systems. These organizations provide powerful examples of new models, structures, and governance systems that are transforming philanthropy, cultural revitalization, work, and learning.
I find that supporting this kind of work really builds on both sides, like traditional ecological knowledge and Western science, because we're building that relationship, maintaining that Western perspective of how can we change this and how can we better this, but also from a culture's perspective, because we're still maintaining that reciprocity and that connection to the land of taking and giving back. So we're rebuilding that connection that was lost from colonialism.
The buffalo is a keystone species for the environment, and it's also a keystone species for culture. When it comes to the environment, when it comes to ecological balance, so much so that we refer to it as an ecological engineer. It balances things out by bringing other animals, plants, and so on around it, and so on.
While we're engaging youth, and there's definitely many roles they can play, we are figuring that out as we go, and it's a bit of an organic process. And so, I'm having conversations with youth, but not sure what I'm asking of them. And I think that for me is again, ethically and morally, how do I bring them in when and ensure that they feel that they can contribute.
A lot of the work is just bringing all of those voices to the table so that everyone's heard equally, as well as because a lot of the institutions are non-Indigenous-led, there's also that point of two-eyed seeing. So being able to see things from both sides of the glass and being able to understand those points of views and being more understanding and seeing things from a different perspective to be able to get the whole picture. And I think that is important when making big decisions.
I heard one of our elder advisors say once that Inuit knowledge, it leads with the heart versus the head, which I found was interesting. It's really important to have post-secondary institutions that are led by Inuit values like this, not only for inclusivity and diversity, but also because I think we need more compassion and well-being around the earth.
A strong cultural base really means success in higher education, in educational institutions, and so on. That has been proven many times, and that's why we're coming at it from this buffalo awareness that we've been calling it, buffalo consciousness. See, so in other words, that buffalo is helping us with our education. So that's the important role that the buffalo plays in our lives today.
I've really connected with the land and the plants, and it feels like home, you know? And that really impacted my career choice.
To a large extent, we need to learn from the buffalo, from other animals, and actually from nature, see? So that's the importance, again, about how we approach notions of conservation, see? So that's a very important story that we have to give to our young people. Yeah.